Product received. Granddad, I've got something else cool for you. I'm about a half a mile away from the Buddy Holly crash site. The last concert that Buddy Holly ever played was in Clear Lake, Iowa at the Surf Ballroom. And this is about 5 miles outside of town to the north. And this is as far as his plane made it the night he crashed. And I'm just wanted to show you the fields going up to that point because they're beautiful. Missed my turn talking to you. I'm jogging out to the crash site now. They got a real good path along the side of this cornfield. I'll update you when I get there. They said it's about a quarter of a mile. I'm gonna jog it so I don't take too long. But yeah, we're checking it out. I mean, it's absolutely breathtaking out here. As you can hear, breathtaking. Just met a lovely local couple coming to check out the museum. And they shared some good old Iowa stories with me for about 10 minutes. Oh, caught that little butterfly. Look at that. Wow. Okay, about 5.5 miles that direction is Clear Lake, Iowa. Buddy Holly and some members of his band, a couple performers, left that concert at the Surf Ballroom, and they made it about 5.5 miles in their plane to right here. The pilot, I suppose, thought that it was safe enough despite the blizzardy conditions in the winter, and they met their demise right here. Here's a memorial set up. They got some stickers on this big pole that marks the spot. Picture of Buddy Holly, Dallas Cowboys ball cap, some newspaper clippings, some beer and whiskey, corn shucks, flowers, beads, sunglasses, just things to commemorate them. And you know, Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, Roger Peterson, Richie Valens, some guys that died here. You know, it was a sad time for music. Well, this is it. I wanted to show you. This is about a quarter-mile jog back that way up that field. So I'm gonna make that journey now, but I just wanted to get some documentation of this and get to see it. Another fun story. Here, I'll make another video for the fun story. Yeah, I spoke to a couple that's from out here, and they grew up, you know, big 50s and 60s rock and roll fans. And they told me a fun story that I'd actually never heard. So I wish I'd interviewed them and asked them about it personally so they could tell you the story. But apparently, I knew Waylon Jennings was a DJ. You know, Buddy Holly being from West Texas and Lubbock, and Waylon Jennings being not too far outside of Lubbock. He's from Littlefield. And I knew that already. And I knew Waylon Jennings was a DJ in the 50s and 60s before he took off on his own kind of outlaw country music career. And I knew that Waylon Jennings and Buddy Holly had worked together just because of my having been in Lubbock for so long. But a fun story is Waylon Jennings was actually out here in Clear Lake, Iowa, performing with Buddy Holly and the group the night that they died. And Waylon Jennings was going to get on that plane. And he actually flipped a quarter as to whether or not he wanted to leave with them on that plane or go another way. And he flipped a quarter, and it landed on the side that saved his life. And now we have all of the music from the 60s, the 70s, 80s from Waylon Jennings. You know, it's a lot of music we wouldn't have had that quarter landed on the other side. I just thought that was a pretty fun story. Like I said, I wish I'd interviewed that couple, but Chuck and Barbie White, shout out to them. Real nice couple. They just donated to the little, you know, crash site maintenance fund out here, and talked with me for about 10 minutes about Iowa and about them and about the music and about just different things. Visited with them for a minute. Really cool. It's actually amazing how the course of history can change upon solely the flip of a quarter. That's fascinating. And it's hard to wonder whether or not that was just the luck of the draw for a guy like Waylon Jennings or anybody else that's ever had that kind of fortune, or whether or not it's God's will and intervention. It's really hard to say, but it's just amazing how much can change off of such a little action. You know, Waylon Jennings flipped that quarter. He had no idea that it was his life on the line. You know, it's just really wild to think about, and it gives you a sense of urgency on doing as much as you can to be as close to Christ as you possibly can. Make sure your soul's right, because you may flip a quarter one day and die an hour later.